Bojan, right calf strain, he'll be reevaluated in, I think, 3 weeks now, but it says 4 weeks. Monte Morris in 3 weeks. Isaiah Livers will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. How do you think these three change the Pistons when they come back from their injuries? King, I'll turn it over to you first.
Obviously with Bojan, consistency, consistency shooting the basketball. Me personally, my only thing with Bojan is obviously defense. And if we're a defense first team, I don't want him to mess up the rhythm that we have defensively. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Monte plays defense. Livers plays defense. But Bojan's the biggest question out of all three of them. And how long is he going to stick around? Because we all know it's inevitable that he's going to be moved. So, yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. I mean, I was, again, at the beginning of the season, I thought Bojan for sure should be in the starting lineup. But after seeing the starting five and the rotations, more importantly, for Amani, that has been way better than it was last year under Casey. Again, no offense to Casey. It's just, like you had said earlier, King, it was a Wemby take season. We had to lose to try to get him. I just think Bojan, I think his new role is probably going to be off the bench, just as that bench unit is going to be like crazy offensively with him coming back. Monte Morris, I think he's going to play probably the biggest role outside of him because he's going to be a guy that you can team up with Jaden Ivey, and he's going to be able to control the pace a little bit more. And I think he'll be able to set Ivey up a little bit and maybe have him play a little bit more controlled. And then Isaiah Livers, this is my guy. We're from the same place in Kalamazoo. I absolutely love Isaiah Livers, but I don't really know what to say about him. I mean, I had high hopes before the season started, but because of the injury, I don't know where he fits in. Even though he has a great, like a Swiss Army skill set, I just don't know where he fits in with the way the team is playing right now. Now, in a few weeks, that might change, but Bojan and Monte, they definitely have a spot when they come back. Isaiah Livers still a question mark. I'm going to turn it over to you, Anthony. What do you think happens to this Pistons team when these guys come back?
Before I get into that, I think our medical staff, or like just maybe the team as a whole, should be more honest, because we were told with Bojan's injury, relax, you guys, he'll be good to go for the regular season. Then he's out 4 weeks. Like, our medical team's just like, he may be hurt, he may not, who knows, we'll find out. It's just like, you got to be more transparent with us. But Isaiah Livers has a shot to come back before Bojan does. A couple days before, I was reading a CBS injury report. They think he could be back like late November, Bojan with that, and Monte Morris like 2 weeks. I think where this team is going to get a lot better is having a veteran in Monte Morris backing them up. In my opinion, and I might sound like a homer, I think he's one of the best backup point guards in the league. His assist to turnover ratio is incredibly low for a position that, you can turn the ball over a lot because you are running the offense. I think Monty's going to lean on him very heavily. He could be your backup. He's going to be your backup point guard, and you're going to have Ivy on the bench, possibly Bojan and Alec Burks with an Isaiah Livers. Like, the bench might outscore the starters. If you think about it, that's absolutely crazy. Like, you have firepower, 10, 11 deep. And I don't even think Monty Williams has had a bench this deep throughout his career. He didn't have a bench in Phoenix. He kind of had an okay bench in New Orleans, but like, I think once we get fully healthy, this team's just going to be firing on all cylinders.
Oh, for sure. Do you think, I'll turn it over to you, King, here after I ask this question, but do you think that these guys can come back a little bit slower based on how the Pistons play? Like, let's just say they keep playing the way they have for the next 2 weeks and they win a couple more games. Could you see the Pistons just being like, yeah, you know what, we might actually hold off to make sure these guys are 100% healthy before they come back? What do you think about that?
Absolutely. And that's pretty much what I was alluding to, because like I said, it's very important to keep the chemistry going. When things are going right, you want to keep that chemistry going. And, like I said, you just force feeding one of these guys in can really mess up some things. So, but we're paying Bojan some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see what they do in that situation. But Yeah, I think we definitely can prolong these injuries a little bit, man. If we win it, like I said, these just looking at the next 3 games on the schedule, man, the Pistons got a chance to really get some wins in this little stretch. So, we'll see. Something for us to monitor, right?
Sure.
But it's very important to keep that chemistry and keep the flow of the offense and defense that you have when you win it.
What about you, Anthony? You think that these guys, their timelines could be pushed back a little bit depending on how the Pistons are playing?
I think it could if, let's say, they go into OKC and they win. I think they have the Suns in Milwaukee. Like if they're still winning games with their defense and just playing the team basketball that they have in the first 3 games, and maybe Monte Morris is really close. Maybe they lean him in a little bit. Maybe they still think Satcher and Ivy are doing a better job. Because to King's point, if the chemistry is there and they're flowing offensively, why ruin it? You have something that's working. Like if it's not broke, don't fit. You know what I mean? Like you just want to keep it going and just ride that wave until something changes.